Hello, my lovelies. This is going to be your weekly, and we are going to do a shorter weekly this week because what I'm going to do in place of all of the messages for that is we're going to do a yearly prediction. So we're going to do 7 cards for your weekly, and then I'm going to do your next 12 months for you during this message as well. So I'm going to timestamp each sign in the comments. So Aries will end with Capricorn all the way through. I go by elements, so fire, water, air, earth in that order. And so if you want to watch your sun, moon, rising, and Venus predictions for the next year, all you need to know is your placements. Those are in your birth chart. There's lots of free websites online to look those up so you know what they are. So the year coming, we are currently in Mercury in retrograde. That ends on January 1st. So technology issues, communication breakdowns, all of those are possibilities. My throat chakra was affected just now. So all of those are possibilities leading up to the first of the year and for roughly the next 2 weeks into the first of the year. So by mid-January, things start to finally gain some forward momentum and go forward. We are leaving a 7-year, 2023 in numerology, and we are entering an 8-year. 8 is the symbol for abundance in numerology. So expect some things to change financially speaking for the better. Who couldn't use that, right? So we do have some positive things coming. This past year, we had tons of planets in retrograde all at the same time. I believe 6 or 7 planets. Most of them are finally starting to go forward. We still have a couple that are still in retrograde, but that will slowly start to go forward after we enter the new year. So Sunday and Monday is usually when I record all of your weekly messages, and I typically will post them and, update them so that they're scheduled to play for you throughout the week. This next week is a holiday. So we have, Let me look at the calendar. So Monday is actually Christmas. Sunday is Christmas Eve. And then the following Monday is the first, New Year's Eve. So what's going to happen is I'm going to record all of your messages ahead of time. You are going to have this message and maybe just a handful of others, depending on how much time I have available. I'm going to take some much needed time off. I usually do a lot of work leading up to the holidays, and then I try and take a couple of days off to spend it with my own family, and I feel like you guys should too. I feel like there's also a lot of people that just aren't sitting in front of a screen. They're spending time with friends or family, as it should be. So I'm not going to waste your time. I'm not going to waste any of my time. Time is very valuable and very precious to most of us. So without further ado, let's get started with your weekly. I will timestamp them by element or by sign. So Aries, you're going to get your week ahead first, and then I will do the yearly prediction. So yearly prediction, we're going to do 12 cards, one for each month, so it makes it easy to follow along. If you are curious about the rest of your placements, definitely watch the video all the way through and see what resonates for you. And the nice thing is you can come back to this and you can watch it at the end of the year and see what was correct and what wasn't. So let's get started with Aries. All right, Aries, let's get 7 cards for your weekly spread. I don't want to gyp you guys on your readings, so definitely want to make sure you get what I would normally give you for the week. So 7 cards for Aries. We have 4 that came out, 5, 6, and 7. Let's see what we have. You start with the Wheel of Fortune. So what a great way to ring in the new year, right? Definitely some unexpected money, some good fortune, good karma finally finding you. So this is your destiny. These cycles of the old ways of doing things are on their way out. And this is a chance for you to actually have some abundance in your life, some good luck finally coming into your life. So embrace that. Don't, they're giving me the word negate that. Don't negate that you actually want to not push those things away, that this is meant to be in your life for a reason. It's because of your hard work. So that hard work really will pay off. Put your best foot forward no matter what you do to earn a living or no matter what your work entails. If you're a craftsman of some kind and you make certain things, make sure it's quality over quantity. That's going to be super important for you as well. And be determined, because that hard work is what's going to bring you this success. You have 2 8s back to back, the 8 of Pentacles and the 8 of Wands. So this is some sort of communication coming in. It comes in very quickly. Could also be travel involved for you for some reason, but that these results that you're waiting on are finally coming in, and you're going to hear news of that. There could also be some people who are trying to sabotage your happiness. Watch out for the haters. There's people who are either gossiping about you, there could be rumors flying. Know that those aren't the people that are meant to be in your life. Kind of squash that or walk away from it. It's not meant to go forward. The rumors could have to do with love. So whether this is something that's actually true, maybe there's some sort of surprise coming for you when it comes to a love relationship, but it does look like this person wants union. I feel like the person wanting union is you. I think it's you that's going after this. Maybe you feel like this person, they're telling me that this person's your good luck charm, whatever that means to you, but that there's some sort of balanced union that's coming in. So marriage, commitments, engagements, things like that, definitely things being solidified. And that you need to find your independence. You also need to follow your passions. And I also think that by following your passions, you actually gain the confidence that you're looking for. I feel like you could be meeting your ultimate match. So fire sign energy for you as well. This person could have fire in their chart. The Queen of Wands is a master manifester. She's somebody who draws in exactly what she wants into her 3D reality. And she doesn't stop until she gets it. She's very determined. She commands a lot of respect, a lot of attention, so very equal footing. And the Two of Cups tells you that, it's something that's balanced. It's a balanced union. Your final card for your weekly is the Hanged Man. So this is self-imposed. You are restricting yourself. You need to make some readjustments. You might need to actually quit self-sacrificing, and that the waiting is due to you not seeing the bigger picture. So I feel like if you shift your perspective on this and you get that aha moment or that breakthrough coming through where it's like, all right, it's me. I have to make the change for things to actually go forward. The restriction is all of a sudden gone. So in a typical Rider-Waite deck, the Hanged Man he's got like his foot stuck up here in a noose around a tree. And so all he's got to do is figure out how to bend up there and unhook his foot. And then all of a sudden he sets himself free. So that's what we have for your weekly. All right, Aries, your yearly. So we're going to pull one card for each month of the year, so 12 cards total. And we're going to use a Celtic cross for the meanings. So let's see what we have going on for the year for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. There's our first card. I'm going to use several decks for this so we get some different energy and see what's going on. All right, Aries, so we start with strength. So in January, it looks like you're going to need some strength somewhere. I feel like you are strong enough to overcome whatever these challenges are. This is your energy, so you could have Leo placements in your chart as well. This is telling you to dig deep, to find that courage, to find that strength that you know you possess, to stand out, to go after what it is that you actually want. And this is you defeating the beast. So in January, you're going to need some strength. For February, you could be struggling a little bit financially. Could also be some things that maybe you're in a lack mentality. Maybe the holidays kind of drained you. Maybe things are slowing down in the dead of winter for you. But know that more is coming. So you need to just have things be in a balanced flow state. So equal give and take, reciprocal energy. Don't make any unnecessary purchases, especially big purchases, and be really cautious with how you spend your money, but don't be a Scrooge. In March, your birthday month, if you're born in March or April, we have the Star card. So this is a wish come true. This is a wish fulfillment, things being granted in divine timing. This is your focus for the month. Your challenge for the month of February is financial issues, but your focus needs to be on a wish fulfillment or a goal. So make sure that you are manifesting. If you manifest from a positive state of being, make sure that you aren't trying to cut corners. And I feel like you're going to get what it is that you actually need and what you actually want. All right, so for April, we have the Six of Swords. So this is about your past. So this is fitting. This is letting go of toxic cycles. This is letting go of things that drag you down, things that maybe are not great for you, arguments, conflicts, people, situations. Let those things go. You might be traveling, moving, relocating, but you are getting out of the conflict and chaos and you're moving into calmer waters. All right, so for May, May is your possibilities, and you have the Magician, which is your energy, Aries. So this is an indication that you are manifesting the life of your dreams. So this might be a time where maybe you plan for things coming for the next few months of the year. This is also an indication that you have the ability to actually change these things should you want to. And so you want to actually make some forward progress, and you want to make sure that you're actually trying to attain these things. How do you do that? Well, you manifest from a place that it's actually already in your 3D reality. So what that means is use things like I have and I am statements. I have whatever and I am whatever. And put those things into practice until you see them actually materialize for you. In the month of June, we have your future. So in your future, looking towards this summer, it looks like a new love possibility. Either somebody is reaching out to you or you are reaching out to them, but an unexpected offer nonetheless that may take you by surprise. All right, so we have, let's see, June, July. I'm always backwards. July is your power. So we have the 4 of coins again. So money may be an up and down battle for you in the next year. However, this is an indication that things are starting to get better. You just have to find balance. So I think if you're a person who maybe lives outside of their means, that this may be where you kind of cut spending, or that you need to really plan before you make large purchases. Know that you're protected on this path, but at the same time, you don't want to set yourself up for failure. You want things to come in a flow of abundance, not a flow of lack. So be careful with your spending in the next year. All right, so August, your environment. You're going to be at a crossroads in the month of August. You're going to need to make some sort of decision, and you have to weigh things carefully. You need to choose from a place of logic and see things for what they truly are. Face your fears, face reality, and then choose which path you choose to take. If you are wearing any sort of blinder about this decision that's going to be coming, you're going to need to make sure that you take those off and you see the reality for what it is. No rose-colored glasses to make this decision in August. All right, September, your hopes and your fears. So you might be hoping for more money coming in. That could also be a fear that it's not going to happen. The good news is the 6 of coins is more money than you need to go around. So money being exchanged, unexpected checks in the mail, things like that. And so we want to stay positive until we see it actually come to fruition. Let's see, October, we have the Emperor. The Emperor is also your energy. It's Aries energy. So this is stepping into your divine calling. This is being in your masculine energy. This is a lot of bold strategic moves, careful calculated planning, and you could be meeting your divine counterpart. So by stepping into your authenticity, you are actually able to achieve your goals much easier. So I feel like by October, you start to kind of get the hang of things and that you're starting to actually make things go forward. Lots of bold, determined action, very calculated, lots of careful planning like a chess move, very calculated. All right, let's see, November, we have your hopes and your fears, your outcome. So we have the 10 of Swords. What are you going to be leaving behind? There's been a situation where there's been a lot of backstabbing, betrayal, maybe an ego death is actually coming at that point. But I feel like out of the ashes, you're able to rebuild. So let go of the things that don't serve you in your life at that point. Make a conscious decision to let those things go. If you're hitting rock bottom, that means the only way to go is up. And your final month of the year, the 4 of Swords. It will be time to rest and reset by the end of the year. So take some downtime, definitely spend it with friends, family, people that you love and cherish. And you're kind of a workaholic, so you do need to take some time for self-love, self-care, and rest. Have a great rest of your year. Sagittarius, let's get your weekly. Let's see what we have going on to ring in the holiday season for you. What do we need to know for Sagittarius? Sun, moon, and rising. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right, Sag, we start with a lot of worry, a lot of anxiety, sleepless nights, insomnia. Are the holidays getting to you? They definitely get to me every year. I'm always so grateful when everything's done and over with. It's like a breath of fresh air and a sigh of relief. I feel like you need to stop worrying so much. Damsel, that's easier said than done. I know, don't shoot the messenger. Trust me, I get it. At the same time, I feel like a lot of this is needless worrying. So if that makes you feel any better, why are you worried about it? What is the root cause of causing the worry? Is it a real need? Is it something that you really need to focus your energy on and spend that time worrying? Remember that worry will not most likely change the outcome. So spend the time doing something that will actually cause there to be change. Do you need to shift your perspective? Do you need to step out of this situation temporarily in order to gain some clarity or perspective? That might be really important. There's your energy, Sagittarius, with temperance. Honey, you need some balance in your life. You need to create some harmony, some peace, some tranquility. And if you aren't experiencing those things right now, that's where you shift your energy. So put it into something that's worth it. You need to find some balance. You need to follow your purpose. If you're like, I don't even know what that is. What are your passions? What lights you up in life? What are the things that bring you joy without a lot of effort? That is how you find your purpose in life. And I promise you, if you start to take those steps, you will eventually walk smack into that purpose. All right, you could also be walking into a love situation. The King of Cups, he's who I refer to as the ideal father figure. It's water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. He's somebody who's devoted, he's wise, he's loyal, he's trustworthy. He's a really great partner, and he really would make a good match for you. However, you're kind of my flight risk, so you might not be ready for a commitment. There could also have been a lot of backstabbing and betrayal when it comes to love, and maybe you're just not quite ready to settle down. That's okay too. This person will be patient and kind of wait. I also feel like if you are hitting rock bottom, or if you have dealt with a lot of betrayal and backstabbing, it's time to sever ties with that situation or that person and finally bury the hatchet to go forward to find your peace. You are going to have to be brave. There's some sort of challenge coming to the surface that's requiring you to take action, and it's requiring you to step out of your comfort zone and to be brave, to be courageous. You've got this. You can do this. So take action where it's warranted. There's your energy. So we have the Rogue in the deck, the Knight of Wands, or excuse me, the Page of Wands. Somebody who's kind of a flight risk, somebody who's all over the place. They're non-committal. They're very free-spirited. They don't want to be tied down. They're very much, they want to just go do their own thing. That's okay. There's some sort of adventure that's coming into life for you, and I feel like this helps to give you that breath of fresh air and that sense of freedom. And I feel like if you find a partner that doesn't want to tame you, so to speak, or to stifle your creativity and your self-expression and allows you to be that free-spirited individual, I think you've met your match at that point. We have the Queen of Swords, so there might be a dose of tough love coming for you this week. Listen to your intelligence. This person could be very skeptical. It could be you that's very skeptical. They can also be a bit cold, abrasive, and hard to deal with, so watch out for any sort of authority figures that you might ruffle their feathers this week. All right, Sag, let's see what we have for your year ahead. What do we need to know? We're going to get 3 different decks for you, see what the energy is for each of the 12 months. All right, Sagittarius. So in the month of January for New Year's, your energy is the King of Pentacles. So this is an indication that you are working very slow and steady towards a goal. This might be an empire that you're trying to build. Maybe you're starting a company. Maybe there is some sort of financial goal that really is important to you, and you're trying to make some actual steps in order to gain this success. Keep going. Slow and steady wins the race. Your challenge in February is going to be being at a crossroads, needing to make a decision somewhere. I feel like by facing your fears, really deciding logically where and what you want to do going forward, and not wearing any sort of rose-colored glasses or blindfold, you'll be able to make that logical decision and overcome whatever this challenge is that's presenting itself. The month of March, your focus needs to be on listening to your intuition. I call you my flight risk for a reason. You're very much all over the place. Sometimes you need to slow things down and really listen to those gut instincts. And if you're ignoring those, don't do that anymore. You really need to pay attention. There's some sort of hidden wisdom that Spirit's trying to guide you, so try and trust your instincts. And if you feel like you can't, you're operating in ego, you need to resonate with your heart space so you can trust your intuition and divine guidance. The month of April, there's some possibility of they're giving me the word reckoning. That's strange. This is a card of a victory. So maybe the reckoning is that you get a victory in an area that's been a long fought battle. I feel like this is really telling you that you're about to get the notoriety, the recognition, the award, being cast in the spotlight, maybe in a public way, potentially famous with this energy. So the month of April could be kind of a game changer for you going forward. All right, so in May, we have a lot of possibilities of endings. So I feel like in your future, you're really going towards things that need to end, and that's okay. So cyclical energy, meaning that we go through cycles where we have new beginnings and we have endings. So let the endings stick, let them be final wherever that resonates for you, that there needs to be something that you close the door finally once and for all, and you go in a new direction. So remember that endings bring new beginnings. All right, in the month of June, you have the possibility of a love offer coming out of the blue. I feel like this person really could want to be very romantic with you, somebody who might try and wine and dine you, bring you meaningful gifts, somebody who's very old school, very chivalrous and romantic. So this is potentially in your future for the month of June. In July, you have another decision to make. This is about your future. So this is where your power lies, is that you get to kind of plan for the future, that you get to decide kind of what that looks like. So start manifesting, start thinking about it. Are you going to travel? Are you going to move? Are there some major decisions that you're weighing in the month of July? So that might be some major things to think about. In August, we have the Seven of Cups. So this is your environment. Be very, very careful of who you get involved with in the month of August. I feel like you're going to have multiple offers coming in, but not all of them are going to be what you're looking for. So make sure you're aware of that and don't get swindled by shiny objects. So remember, everything that glitters isn't gold. Make sure that you use your intuition in order to choose wisely. In the month of September, for your hopes and fears, are you feeling stuck and stagnant? You might be. This is self-imposed. You're able to set yourself free, but you first have to shift your perspective to see things differently. So that's going to be key for you to set yourself free in September. In October, we have the Sun card. So things might lead to marriage and commitment, children, a lot happier times, some accomplishments, some joy, some achievements, but definitely a fresh start coming for you. In November, we have the Two of Cups. So this would definitely be something that is potentially an outcome. We have the Sun and we have the Two of Cups back to back. So I do think that potentially it's either a long-term commitment or more than likely it is the opportunity for marriage and commitment with your true person. All right, so finally closing out the year, we have death. You have death twice this year. So you're going through some major transformative energy, which really indicates that you need to start thinking about what needs to change. What do you wish to release? What do you wish to keep? And if there's some old cycles that keep repeating, especially during a Mercury in retrograde cycle or any retrograde cycle, this is telling you these are evaluation times to decide whether it works or whether it needs to go. Have a great rest of your year. Leos, let's see what we have for your week ahead. What do we need to know? Oh, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 and 7. All right, let's see what we have going on for you in the week ahead. Interesting. Okay, So we start with the devil. Be very, very cautious with who and what you're getting involved in. A major temptation might resurface, things like addiction, codependency, toxic cycles, toxic people. You need to say no, and you need to make some transformation happen in your life. I feel like once you make a conscious decision that things change very rapidly. So you could be traveling, relocating, purchasing a vehicle, but there's some forward progress where it's been very stuck and stagnant. And it's time to let go of these things once and for all. Say no to these cycles that you don't wish to repeat. It might also be an opportunity for you to leave them behind, not only figuratively, but quite literally. You might be traveling, moving, or relocating. I'm very tongue-tied in Mercury in retrograde, so sorry. All right, the Three of Pentacles. It's going to take teamwork to make the dream work. If you don't have the dream team already, I feel like you're going to be moving towards these people in your life that actually help you. One of those might be collaborating with Source. Could also be a team effort at work, so you do need to work together to be successful. We have the Knight of Wands in reverse. So be careful of reckless choices, especially people who are maybe very jealous, very arrogant, possessive, abusive, or reckless. Don't make any sort of reckless moves right now. The Queen of Swords also in reverse. So again, we need to be careful of like judgmental people, being in a pessimistic attitude, bitterness, or malice. None of those are high vibrational energies, so flip those things around and try and operate in a very positive way. In the Page of Cups, you might be finding out that somebody has a crush on you or that somebody's got some feelings for you. Romance could be blooming. This person might also be quite sensitive. They could be a little bit younger than you, so be cautious of their feelings. But definitely this person could make you feel like a kid again, but some very romantic energy coming for you this week. All right, Leo, let's see what your year ahead is starting to look like. All right, Leos. So in the month of January, we start with the need for rest and recovery. So this could be super important that you actually are taking good care of your health. You could be recovering from something, injury, illness, or otherwise. But I feel like if you don't take the time to rest, things could definitely progress and get worse. So for January, it's time to hit the pause button, rest, recover, and find your strength in solitude. Your challenge for February is going to be to let go of things that don't serve your highest good. Heavy burdens that you've carried for a long time that are weighing you down, it's time to finally release those and let go. But that is your challenge for February. In March, we have the King of Coins. Your focus is on finances, building an empire, going forward successfully with your finances. Slow and steady wins the race. It's not going to be something that happens overnight. It will take some time. It will be worth it though. So put in the hard work that's required. In April, we have some judgment. This could be people judging you from the past that could resurface. This could be past things coming up. It could be current events, but usually this has past energy attached to it, and it's like you're getting karma. Good or bad, depends on what happened. You're facing judgment nonetheless, either internally, externally, or through even a decision through courts or legalities. So hopefully you're on the good side of receiving karma. This is the only decision that can be reached under the current circumstances. All right, the possibilities for May are that there's a lot of competition, clashing egos, rivalry, competition. It's not the greatest of energy. So there might be some things that need to really change in the month of May. In June, we have an unexpected offer coming in for love. So I feel like this could be a new possibility that's coming in. It catches you off guard, takes you by surprise. Let's see, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. I can't count. We have your power is in your finances. So I feel like the fact that you're letting go of things and you're starting to work towards your goals is really going to pay off for you and your family. This is generational wealth. This is the possibility of maybe like a lottery win or things really changing financially for you for the better for generations to come. This could be an inheritance, could be a lottery win, could be things that you've worked for a very long time. They finally come to fruition and they benefit you greatly. All right. Your environment in August could be new love coming in. Could also be that somebody reveals that they have a crush on you. I also feel like this person's quite innocent, so I always think of like crush or puppy love with the Page of Cups. Somebody who is very sensitive, very spiritual, and somebody who has that zest for life, and that they're very innocent. So it's very innocent feeling love. So be cautious with that. Don't hurt this person. All right, so your hopes and fears for September. You're fearing a tower moment, but there's one coming. So don't fear it. Don't fear the change. I feel like you just need to embrace these changes and you need to go with the flow. I also think that a tower is something that can be very beneficial. It kind of clears out the things that don't work. The tower has to fall and be demolished in order to rebuild. Don't be afraid of the rebuilding process. Is it ugly sometimes? Yes. Is it painful sometimes? Yes. Is it scary sometimes? Yes. But on the other side, things are brand new and they're usually a lot better. So the change is necessary to get you to that next step. All right, so potential outcomes. We have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups tells us that we need to get in touch with our nurturing, sensitive side, mother figure energy. She's somebody who's very in tune with spirituality and nature, and she's somebody who really shows like the softer side or the nurturing side. We also have the Magician. So this is telling us that we have the ability to create the life that we want. It's Aries energy. It's very powerful. It's something that we can literally pull into our 3D with sometimes thoughts. So remember that your thoughts become things. Be very careful of how you think about things towards the final part of 2024. You want to manifest from a positive state of being. And the Five of Coins. Lots of money worries towards the end of next year. I feel like you need to really realize that this is a time of recovery for you. So don't overextend yourself. You may also be blocking a lot of people in that time period, cutting them out of your life, and they're going to notice that. But this is also a period of recovery. So take that time to rest, recover, and know that things will improve for you. All right, Cancer, let's see what we have going on for you for your week ahead. What do we need to know for Cancer? 7 cards. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right, Cancer, we start with some sort of creative thinking or a breakthrough. So who couldn't use that, right? We're right towards the end of the year, planning for the next phase of our life, entering a new year, new chapter, new year, new you. So some sort of creative thinking or a breakthrough, truth or clarity is coming. It's going to help get you out of this sense that you feel trapped or this pattern of overthinking. So knock that stuff off. You don't need to overthink every little detail. It's causing you sleepless nights and a lot of anxiety. Could have to do with love, could have to do with anywhere in your life, but I feel like commitment and union are definitely something that you're thinking about if you're not already with someone. And some hard work might be required. I can't talk during Mercury in retrograde. You guys have been with me for a while. You know I get very tripped up. I have major Mercury placements. All right, so we do have the possibility that we're going to have to work very hard in the next coming months, next coming weeks, next coming years to achieve a goal. This could also indicate travel. You might be moving, relocating, or changing things up where it comes to a job so that things greatly start to improve. So don't be afraid to walk away from things that don't work this week. It's going to be important for you to seek some introspection and some truth in order to know what it is you need to walk away from, but be willing to do that. Queen of Coins in reverse. So we have to watch out for some jealous people. Some organization might be needed if you're feeling really unorganized. People are maybe acting a little bit out of character, a lot of possessive energy or manipulation. So be careful with all of those. Try and find the balance. You definitely want to go towards things that are reciprocal or equal give and take. I also feel like this could be maybe a celebration of an anniversary coming up. Could also be maybe you're thinking of going and getting married. We have the Two of Cups with the Justice card, would indicate some legalities there surrounding commitment and marriage. All in all, I feel like this might be the breakthrough that you need to actually go forward in the direction you want and to really leave the things that you don't want behind in this year as it ends. All right, let's see what your year ahead is going to look like. Your yearly predictions. Cancer, what do we need to know? All right, that was pretty easy. You get 12 cards for your monthly, or excuse me, for your yearly. Oh, I can't wait for this retrograde to be over with. It's like the thoughts in my head are working fine, but I'll tell you what, trying to communicate has been anything but easy the last couple of days. All right, let's see. What do we need to know for Cancers? All right, Cancer, so your energy to start off January looks like it's time to let go of a heavy burden, something that you've carried for a very long time. You need to release these things in order to actually move forward. So letting go of heavy burdens and things that have weighed you down. In February, it looks like the wait is almost over, that your challenge is to be patient. And I feel like you've had to be patient somewhere for quite some time, and those things are starting to change. Your ships are coming in. In March, we have the Knight of Swords. You're going to have to take action somewhere and be brave. Maybe you have to make a calculated move, or you have to be willing to be courageous and step out of your comfort zone. In April, you need to be cautious of sneaky, underhanded people, liars, cheaters, thieves, manipulators. It could be someone from the past that's resurfacing. It could be anywhere in your life that you need to have some strong boundaries or to leave the bullshit behind. In May, we have the Seven of Cups. So this is opportunities that are coming to you. Could be in love, could be anywhere. Remember the saying, everything that glitters isn't gold. Use your intuition and don't get swindled by anything that isn't what you want. Let's see, April, May, June, we have a new opportunity that benefits you greatly financially. Could be an inheritance, a lump sum payout of some kind, but definitely generational wealth coming. That's a blessing for you and your family. Let's see, June, July, August, we have the Hermit, so Virgo energy. I feel like you are really kind of battling some things. I also feel like this is an indication you need some soul searching, some shadow work, some time alone, just to kind of regroup and recalculate what things need to change, because the next month you are actually dealing with some major changes. A Tower moment might be unavoidable. It's some changes that need to happen to really shift the energy so that you can transform and go in a new direction. So embrace the changes and go with the flow. It brings in a wish fulfillment for you in the month of September. So really, I think that by doing the hard work, the shadow work, the soul searching, the major changes, you're going to get to a place that's much more fulfilling. It may also open up a new door of opportunity for love. It's an unexpected offer. Be careful with who you get involved with. I feel like you're going to be going through a lot of changes towards the end of next year. But the good news is it brings you a victory after this hard work and this long fought battle. Could be recognition, could be some sort of prestige, award, fame, or recognition, but it does cast you in the spotlight for some reason or another. So know that all that hard work that you've been putting in will eventually pay off. Make sure it's quality over quantity always. Have a great year. Pisces, let's see what we have going on for you for the last week in December. What do we need to know? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right, Pisces, we start with the 6 of Coins in reverse. Are you being scammed by somebody? Is there somebody trying to deceive you financially? Is there some corruption around finances? Be very, very careful. Don't get swindled by anybody. Don't send people money that you don't know in real life. Make sure that you aren't being manipulated and people aren't taking advantage of you. Abuse of power, scams, greed, extortion. Don't be gullible this week, Pisces. Be very careful with your money. All right, Knight of Coins. You might be moving to greener pastures. There might be some positive changes. Work smarter, not harder. I feel like you're moving into greener pastures. I feel like you're trying to maybe reorganize things from the inside out. We kind of tend to go with the flow. Pisces are also very free-spirited. They're kind of wild. They don't like to be tamed. They don't like to necessarily be in a strict routine. So if you've been in that and that's not working for you, branch out. Try something else. See if that works better for you. But I do feel like this is going to be a step in the right direction that's actually going to benefit you financially in the long run as well. So you do have a decision to weigh about the future. Make sure that you're really thinking about this. Don't make any major moves just yet unless it's unavoidable. Any major life changes, hold off until the first of the year. Plan right now. The last week or so of the year, plan. What is the next step you need to take to go towards your bright new future? What are some things that you need to do in order to actually get to that next step? that's the stage that you're at right now. So think about it, brainstorm. What does the next future 6 months look like, next year look like for you? And start to kind of envision what you want it to look like. For some of you, it might involve some travel. For others of you, it might be things like actually relocating, changing jobs, things like that. So think about it before you actually act. Some of these will require strength on your part, strength, perseverance, determination, conviction, courage in order to actually transition from what you're currently doing in your life, whether it's love, work, whatever, going forward, you need some courage in order to actually make these changes happen. Know that hard work will be required on this journey, so be willing to put your best foot forward in order to get there. Remember that if it's craftsmanship, if it's something where you're building a reputation, you want to make sure that that reputation is ironclad, that it is solid. So put forward quality over quantity every single time. I get very tongue-tied during Mercury in retrograde, so I can't get the words out as fast as my brain can keep up. All right, Pisces, it looks like someone's thinking about marriage, commitment, and union. This is the halfway to marriage card in tarot. It symbolizes that things are transitioning. There could be engagements, there could be weddings, there could be celebrations coming up. But I do feel like this is a happy time. This is something that's offering some stability in your life for you, and who couldn't use that? So it's positive things coming in. It's 11-11 on the card, so it symbolizes mirrored energy. You could be entering into a relationship with your twin flame if you are one, or at nothing less than that. It's a very balanced, very reciprocal energy. The Four of Cups tells us that this could be a very unexpected offer that's coming in, something you don't see coming. So again, like a surprise engagement, things like that, that it comes very much out of the blue. It may shock you, it might surprise you, definitely take you by surprise. So don't be surprised if somebody doesn't, decide, hey, at New Year's at midnight, I want to ask you to marry me, or hey, we're going to go sneak off for this little getaway and pop the question, or run off and get married. All possibilities with those cards. All right, Pisces, let's see what your year ahead is shaping up to look like. What do we need to know for Pisces for the year ahead? Ooh, Pisces. We got some jumping energy towards the end of next year. All right, let's see, Pisces. What do we have? To start out January, it's interesting. You start with Judgment. I feel like there are a lot of people that maybe either hurt you, manipulated you, deceived you in some way, or vice versa. You could also be the one that did these things. Pisces would never do that, right? They're so sweet to everybody. However, whichever side of the coin you're on, know that Judgment Day is coming. I feel like this happens in the month of January. However, it may start at the tail end of December for you as well. This is either a court decision, some sort of contract. This could also be karma coming out or destiny intervening. This is divinely guided, so there's no getting out of this. It's happening one way or the other. So this could be you entering into your actual divine calling in the month of January. So some big shoes to fill to start out the year. We also have Temperance. So this could be a challenge for you to find the balance. This could be a challenge for you to kind of dip your toe in the water, and for you to also really find harmony from within. I feel like in February, you might be actually trying to really find that balance, that peace, that kind of calm state from within. You could also be dealing with a Sagittarius, but I feel like you really do need to find that peace, that tranquility, and that sense of just zen. There's not really a better word for it coming to mind. In the month of March, we have the Queen of Wands. So your focus needs to be on you. I feel like Pisces are really people pleasers, and we tend to bend over backwards for literally everybody else around us, and we really tend to neglect ourselves and our needs. So in the month of March, if you're born in March or February, I feel like that needs to be the focus, needs to be on you, self-care, self-love. Why? Because people are starting to take notice of you at that time. You're going to start to have a lot more attention on you. You're going to have to kind of of embrace your inner rock star, so to speak. You're going to have to embrace being in the spotlight. You're going to have to embrace all this attention being on you, and that might ruffle your feathers a little bit or scare you. So know that you have to find your courage, your confidence, follow your passions, and really go after the things that you want in the month of March. For April, we have a new opportunity coming for you to earn money. This is either a business opportunity like a new job, or this is an indication that Spirit is gifting you some sort of abundance. So who couldn't use more of that? Could also be somebody from the past that comes back with some sort of maybe job opportunity for you that really is a blessing in disguise. In May, we're going to need to focus our possibilities on the strength, how far we've come, how courageous we are, and that we are strong enough to overcome any sort of challenges that we might currently be dealing with that month. Let's see, March, May, June. In June, we have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. In your future, you may need to actually work well with others. I feel like you're choosing to go it alone. That may be a rougher road for you. That might be why you need a lot of strength. But I feel like you are strong enough to get through whatever this challenge is. But I feel like you really need to listen to your intuition in order to actually get where you want to be. So whether you choose to go solo in some sort of adventure in your life, or whether you're actually choosing to work well as a team, is totally your decision. Just know that if you choose to go it alone, it may be a bit more of a challenge than if you had worked well with others. All right, July, we have the King of Wands. So I feel like your power comes from your creativity, from standing out, from not doing things in the status quo. I feel like you're a very creative person. I feel like you really have a lot of bright, brilliant ideas that you want to implement. So you may have to step out of your comfort zone at that point and actually work through the fear in order to actually do what it is you want to do. We have the King and Queen of Wands. So in the months of March and the months of, let's see, April, May, June. So March and June could be significant months for creative energy to really flow for you. I also feel like you could be meeting a divine counterpart in either of those months. And then we have the King of Goblets here, the King of Cups. So he's who I refer to as the ideal father figure. He's nurturing, he's romantic, he's stable, he's trustworthy, he's a great guy. So this could also be somebody that's coming in when it comes to love. I also feel like this could be your environment. So a new person could be entering your life. This person may want commitment. They may want to settle down. It could also be the blessing that you've been praying for. All right, in September, your hopes and fears. Be careful when you're manifesting. The Magician is all about positive thinking in order to achieve your goals. So I feel like if you look at things in a positive state of being instead of fear, you really have the opportunity to pull those things into your 3D reality in September. However, if you are the type that worries a lot, like I'm an overthinker, know that you're not attracting more of that stuff just because you think about it. But when you realize that you're overthinking something, shift that and start thinking more positive. Create a vision board. Make it a screensaver, your background on your phone. So every time you open it up, what you're trying to manifest is literally staring you in the face. So you think positive. This is mine. I already have this. I am statements to attract those things into your life. You will be at a crossroads towards the end of the year. So in the fall time, you're going to have a decision to make. You are going to have to remove any sort of blinders in order to see things clearly, in order to actually change and get there. You also need to not be a Scrooge towards the end of the year. You need to be careful with how you spend your money. Be reciprocal. Know that more is coming on the way, but you have to manage it accordingly in order to get to the other side. And in December, things take a turn for the best. Lots of forward movement, lots of forward progress. It happens very quickly. Your future looks very bright. Could be traveling, relocating, purchasing a new vehicle, but a lot of forward momentum where things had been very stuck and stagnant for you otherwise. Scorpios, let's see what we have for your week ahead, last week of December. What do we need to know? All right, Scorpio. So we start with confusion. You might have had a falling out with somebody. There may have been a lot of turmoil, a lot of back and forth, clashing egos, things like that. We might need to hit the pause button. If things can't be salvaged right now, that's okay. Let things cool off before you make any sort of forward progress. I also feel like you could be dealing with somebody who's a bit of a hothead. You could be dealing with somebody who it's kind of my way or the highway. That may not work for you. You're kind of a free-spirited person. You also have your own kind of dark side, and you are the master of cutting people off and transforming the energy. So if it doesn't work, go someplace else, try something new. I feel like you have a stabilizing influence coming into your life that could be making some bold moves or taking some bold action towards you. It could be your divine counterpart or vice versa. And we have the Knight of Cups. So I feel like there could be a new romantic offer that's coming in. Like you may have an ending with somebody who you think is your person, and then somebody new comes into your life unexpectedly. There's lots of communication very quickly back and forth this week, and somebody needs you to make a decision regarding love with the Lovers. So whether this is taking a leap of faith somewhere with maybe an existing partnership, maybe it's a new partnership, make good choices and be very careful of who you're getting involved with during this retrograde period. We have the Queen of Swords in reverse, so we might have a pessimistic attitude, or we might be judging people unfairly, unnecessarily. So be careful with that. Get out of that pessimistic mindset. It's not going to change things for the better. And I feel like when you do shift that perspective, you open up doors of opportunity for creation, new things, growth, new possibilities. Go towards your passions. Go towards the things that make you happy and excited to get out of bed every day, and kind of leave all the negative mindset behind you this week. All right, Scorpio, let's see what we have for you coming in the year ahead. What do we need to know? Right, Scorpio. So in January, we start with needing to let go of a heavy burden. This is something that maybe you've had to bear for a long time, the weight of the world on your shoulders. It's time to finally let those things go and release that. Start the year with a fresh, clean slate. In February, we have a new possibility of love coming in just in time for Valentine's Day. I feel like this person could be very romantic, very chivalrous, very affectionate, and somebody who does actually want a commitment. In March, we have the need for rest and recovery. So you might be burnout and exhausted. You might need to take some downtime and definitely recover and recuperate before things get worse. In April, we have the need to stand up for yourself. You might need some strong boundaries. Don't back down from an opponent. You hold the upper ground in that situation. Let's see, April, May. We have the Lovers. So you might need to make a decision about love. Maybe you're trying to decide whether you go forward into commitment or whether you actually cut somebody loose. If they've been a heavy burden in your life, it might be time to actually release these things once and for all. For others of you, it could be going towards things like love, marriage, and commitment. Money could be a struggle for you, especially over the summer, so be careful how you spend your finances. Equal give and take, reciprocal energy, and don't be a Scrooge. Let's see. January, February, March, April, May, June, July. We have the Hanged Man, Pisces energy. So I feel like this could be a self-imposed prison. Your power is setting yourself free from that, shifting your perspective, seeing things differently, and knowing that you have the power to actually release yourself from that entanglement. Let's see, in August, we have the Ten of Pentacles. So this is your environment could be improving greatly, especially your financial environment, your finances. This could be sudden wealth, lottery wins, inheritance, but it's generational wealth that's coming to you. In September, we have your hopes and fears for justice. You might be going through some sort of legal issue at that time. It does look like it goes in your favor. Just make sure that everything is on the up and up and that there's no sort of like underhanded, deceitful behavior going on, and it looks like things pan out. It restores the balance in your life. All right, we have the King of Cups coming for the end of the year. So this could be who you end up settling down with. He makes a really great partner. I call him the ideal father figure. He's nurturing, trustworthy, he's romantic, and he's somebody who's very devoted to his partnership. So it could be a good balance for you. All right, the Two of Cups definitely could be going towards union, marriage, and commitment towards the end of the year. Start planning for what it is that you want. You might be planning a wedding at that time, and your outcome, the world. A whole world of opportunities. I feel like in the next year, your life is going to literally turn 360 degrees or full circle. You're going to have a world of opportunities. Could be to travel, could be new jobs, could be new love, but definitely night and day difference, and this time for the positive. Gemini, let's see what we have for the last week in December for you. What do we need to know? All right. So we start with the Page of Coins. It's time to start manifesting. Start by setting some goals. Definitely think about what you want going forward for the future. Like New Year's resolutions might be a way that you manifest something new, or just trying to plan ahead for the next 12 months. If you feel really stuck this week, you're not alone. There's lots of people feeling like we're kind of going backwards. We are still in Mercury in retrograde until the first of the year. Know that some of these are a chance for you to make some improvements or readjustments. So you might need to get creative, think outside the box this week, really kind of expand your way of thinking and discover some new things. You may also need to take some downtime and rest. Today is the winter solstice as I'm recording this, so it's a time for rest, recovery, relaxation, and really kind of gathering with friends and family and kind of take it all in. There is a chance for some creativity, a breakthrough, some growth, and a new beginning. Could be following a passion project. Could also be a passionate new encounter with somebody. But there are some celebrations, whatever holidays you celebrate, anniversaries, birthdays, all of these happy, positive events, gathering with friends and families or parties. So there's somewhere in your life this week you're going to need to be brave and take action where it's warranted. So know that you need to gather your confidence, be brave, and step out of your comfort zone. All right, let's see what we have for your year ahead. What do we need to know for Geminis? Okay, Gemini, we start with the Devil, Capricorn energy. So in January, you might have some toxicity kind of rear its ugly head, things that leave you feeling stuck, trapped, or bound, codependency, addictions. It's time to break those cycles and the ties that bind and finally rid yourself of that. When you do, I feel like you have a good luck cycle that's coming in, a string of good luck. This is fate and destiny spinning the wheel of good fortune in your favor, and that is your destiny. Watch out for any sort of toxic people that might come back as well. I feel like this is an indication that you've been through this before. There may have been a lot of lies, cheating, deceit, backstabbing, betrayal. Just say no to that and finally leave that cycle behind. You do have a lot of new blessings, but I feel like you also have a lot of new challenges that are coming up. So I feel like in the first quarter of the year, you're going to have like one up, one back, one up, one back. Very roller coaster energy. It is starting to make things go forward in a new direction of success. And the Ace of Coins is blessings and abundance. So like a new job if you're looking for work, or some new blessings and opportunities to make money. All of these things are going to require strength for you. So about May time, you're going to have to really figure out what you want for the future. You're going to have to be strong in order to get there. Come summertime, it looks like you have a decision that you need to make, that you have either you're at a crossroads and you have to remove blinders in order to see things clearly, in order to decide which path you want to take, but you're strong enough to do that. There are blessings and opportunities coming for abundance, but you also have to be careful with how you spend those new blessings and abundance. So don't overextend yourself. Don't be a Scrooge with your new finances. Know that more is coming, so just be careful with who and how you spend it. The fruits of your labor will pay off this summer. So whatever you're working towards, whether it's a new job, a new goal, those things are definitely coming in for the best. So we need to listen to our intuition, not our fear, and trust where we're being led. I feel like business opportunities are going to be plentiful for you in the next year. 2024 is an 8-year numerology, so that definitely brings in abundance. I also feel like you could be starting a business. Maybe you're some sort of natural healer, and this is a very business-oriented card. So be willing to take a leap of faith and step out of your comfort zone come November. Try new things, new opportunities, but look before you leap. Make sure you know what you're getting yourself into, and you could wind up the year with your soul partner. This could be your future spouse coming in. I also feel like this could be a twin flame for some of you. It's mirrored energy with 1111, and that symbolizes a lot of stability in which you can build and you can grow a solid, stable relationship. Libra, let's see what your last week of December is looking like. What do we have for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs of Libra? All right. All right, we start with the Queen of Swords in reverse. Watch out for a pessimistic attitude. Watch out for bitterness, judgment, and definitely some things that could be a little bit harsh. Watch out for anybody who maybe doesn't have your best interest at heart. I feel like you could definitely have some kind of icky energy this week. So be careful of the company that you keep and watch out for your own attitude. All right, the High Priestess. This is telling us that we need to trust our intuition. If something doesn't feel right, we need to investigate that further. Tap into that intuition. Pay attention to your dreams. There could be some hidden knowledge coming to the surface. You might need some time alone. Maybe you are sick of the hustle and bustle. Maybe you're exhausted. Do some soul searching, some introspection, and take a break. Some shadow work, some meditation, or withdrawing to gain some insight this week. It's time to let go of pain and heartbreak, work on healing and moving forward. And you might be dealing with a period of sadness right now. So work on those things to heal. It's time to let go of the past. I feel like you're feeling really nostalgic at this time. Excuse me, I have hiccups. Really nostalgic at this time, reminiscing about the past people, past relationships. It's fine to reminisce, just don't get stuck living in the past. Go forward and make some new memories. I also feel like there's either potential for fame, recognition, or a victory coming for you. So do the healing work. That opens up new opportunities for positive changes to come in. And this new opportunity helps to bring in some balance. I feel like you've been juggling things, especially financially, maybe responsibilities. It's time to release something in order to actually make that forward change to go into the new year. Try new things, step out of your comfort zone, and you can't juggle things forever. You will have to eventually let something go in order to restore the balance. All right, let's see what your year ahead is shaping up to look like. What do we need to know? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for Libra. So it looks like we start January with an ending. So you're letting go of something. Whatever this is, I feel like it needs to end. It needs to be final. You may have carried this with you for a while. It's time to finally release this. Know where there is an ending, it gives way for a new beginning. So when one door closes, a new one has room to open. In February, you're going to be called to focus on your intellect, your intuition, your intellect. You're an air sign, so that's definitely not out of the scope of possibilities, but this could be a challenge for you to really trust your intuition, and that's where you need to focus your energy, is on listening to divine guidance. In March, it looks like we have something that is either having us hit rock bottom, or there's a lot of obstacles that we're focused on. I also feel like this is an ending that also needs to take place. There's been a lot of betrayal, a lot of backstabbing, a lot of drama, so it's time to release that once and for all. And when you do, I feel like that opens up doorways of opportunity for possibilities of new work, new money. Hard work will be required, but that's something that I feel like you're highly capable of doing, and it will pay off. So definitely going to take some time. That's still the theme for you when it comes to May, is hard work. Eight of Pentacles, both decks back to back. So work's going to be either very busy for you, it's going to be either picking up for you, or there's a new job potentially coming in that pays better money. The Queen of Blades tells us that we need to be very cautious of the company that we keep. We also need to not be pessimistic, shifting our perspective, but that we might need some tough love and some boundaries. So she could also be an authority figure that's a little bit cold, a little bit of a challenge to deal with. You have the High Priestess twice as well. So this is again telling you your intuition needs to be at the focus. I also feel like this could be your power. So maybe in the interim, you're learning how to listen to your instincts and your intuition instead of ignoring those. And I feel like that could really help you to kind of gain some forward momentum. Your environment in August is going to have you to take a leap of faith somewhere, that you're going to have to step out of your comfort zone and try new things. And that might scare you a little bit, but I know that this is a challenge that's going to be something worth it for you. So whether that's in love, work, whatever, this is a challenge that you need to accept, and you need to actually try and take a leap of faith in a new direction. I feel like work could really be frustrating you in about September. So whether things are just not working out for you, maybe that's where you need to evaluate what needs to change. The frustration will actually cease at some point. Don't give up too soon before you see your reward that you've worked so hard for. All right. In October, we have the moon. So this tells us to be cautious of being under an illusion. Somebody's spell, some sort of deceit definitely comes to the surface. And I feel like those illusions will be revealed so you can choose what you want to do next. In November, we have a lot of celebrations, so positive news is coming. Start planning for the next 12 months. Kind of think about what it is you want going forward. And for some of you, you're going to close out the year married. I feel like you could have found your forever person. Maybe you're finally closing out the old chapters through next year so that you can actually walk into abundance with your happily ever after. This is a lot of emotional fulfillment. It's commitment, it's marriage, it's security, it's finding your people, your soul tribe, and your soul family. So you end the year on a really positive note. Aquarius, my aqua sauce. Let's see what we have for you for the last week of December. What do we need to know for Aquarius? All right, watch out for gossips this week. I feel like there could be a lot of people talking behind your back. Remember, they're behind you for a reason. They aren't meant to go with you forward. So let go of that energy and don't worry about what they're saying behind your back. The Knight of Coins, it could have to do with work. It could be anywhere in your life, but I feel like you're kind of letting go of these situations. Maybe you're changing jobs, refocusing your energy. This may be a little bit of a challenge for you this week, but I feel like it's nothing that you can't handle. Know that hard work's going to be required, but you're moving to greener pastures and you're taking your resources with you. This is a strategic move. There might also be a stabilizing influence coming in to help assist you with this move. This could be like a father figure, a partnership, a mentor, but somebody who helps you to make bold, calculated risks, like a chess move, and it's going to be required. Justice. So we're finding the balance. Could be courts, contracts, legal issues. Definitely something that the balance needs to be restored, and it opens up a world of opportunities for you. Travel is indicated in several of your cards, as well as things coming full circle, and that you're triumphing over some things and celebrating the good news. Could also be a new love interest coming in for some of you. This is also a card of like puppy love or crush energy. So somebody who's very spiritual, very romantic, and very sensitive. They could also be a bit younger than you, but I do feel like their feelings are genuine and they do want an actual commitment. So they either are evolving from a page to a king. Yes, a king. And the King of Cups is who I refer to as the ideal father figure. So he's trustworthy, loyal, he's affectionate, he's somebody who definitely is very generous, and I feel like they would make a very good match. So it could be your divine counterpart that's coming in for you. This might really change your whole world. You may have to sign like a prenuptial agreement or something like that, some sort of maybe non-disclosure agreement, but there's definitely some positive changes coming for you towards the end of the week this week into the new year. Aquarius, let's see what we have coming up for the next year, the next 12 months. What do we need to know for Aquarius? All right, so we start January with Temperance, needing to find some balance. I feel like you might need to pour into your own cup of love first and really have like reciprocal energy around you. So equal give and take is going to be super important. Dip your toe in the water. I feel like some changes to rebalance things or restore things definitely couldn't hurt right now. In February, your challenge is going to be to maybe accept a new job offer, to travel, to step out of your comfort zone, to relocate for a job. And so these might be some things that are a bit scary or unnerving for you, but I feel like it's going to be good for you in the long run. In March, we have the Hanged Man. So it's kind of self-imposed restrictions. You have the power to change that, and you need to make some decisions in order to actually do those things. In April, we have the Three of Pentacles. So teamwork's going to make the dream work. You're going to have to collaborate, work well with others, and let go of the past. So like if you've been burned in the past in a business deal, let go of those things and start fresh and try something new. In May, we have the Ten of Cups, so marriage might be in the cards. You might be a little bit nervous to go forward into a commitment, but I also feel like this is an opportunity that brings you the peace that you're looking for, as well as the emotional fulfillment. In June, we have the Queen of Swords. So this is really important that we cut out the obstacles that aren't working for us at that time. Maybe you're a little bit pessimistic. Maybe you're a little skeptical. Maybe you're a little sharp-tongued. Be careful with that energy. It could also be an authority figure that's a little hard to deal with. All right, in July, we have the Knave of Coins. So you're in the planning stage. You need to start thinking about possibilities for the future. What does that hold? What do you want those things to look like? Could have to do with a job or changing things up for your practical matters. I also feel like over the summer, you're going to have to be really strong to make these changes and to be willing to actually do that, to be willing to change. And somebody could be kind of dragging their feet is what Spirit's telling me. It could be you. All right, in September, our hopes and fears are about love, making the right choice. Are we with the right person? Do we know that we are not with the right person? Needing to make a choice about a love commitment. Do you want to stay? Do you want to go? All right, October, we have the Four of Coins. So really trying to be careful with our finances, not spending more than we have, definitely reciprocal, equal give and take, and not being a Scrooge with our finances could be a big challenge for us. All right, so we have the Page of Swords. I feel like there could be a lot of gossip or talk around you. I feel like that shouldn't really be a concern of yours, that you really just need to stay focused on your dreams, your goals, and where you want to be. So let those people kind of fall by the wayside and don't worry about it so much. You end next December on a high note, that things are changing for the better, forward progress and momentum, traveling, relocating, purchasing a vehicle. You close out the year with a lot of forward progress. So kind of look at how far you've come in the next 12 months at the end of the year and see, kind of take stock. Did you fall in love? Did you have a new business? Did you have new opportunities to travel? Were you planning for things for the future? Did you have to be strong? Were there some challenges in some of these areas that you had to work through? It's all starting to change for a reason, and once you make that progress, it starts to gain a lot of momentum towards the end of next year. Virgo, let's see what we have for you for the last week out of 2023. What do we need to know? Virgo, you start with the King of Coins. So success is coming to you. It requires hard work, but slow and steady wins the race. If you're willing to put forth the hard work and effort, you will be rewarded financially. I feel like this causes you to have to be brave, to step out of your comfort zone, to gather your confidence and courage, and to take action somewhere. And that's echoed by the Strength card. You're stronger than you think you are, so be determined, have some courage, follow through with your convictions, and know that it requires some patience to get there. Don't make any sort of reckless purchases. Don't gamble with anything that you can't stand to lose right now. Let go of that mindset that you have to spend if you don't have it. You're going to set yourself up for failure if you're not careful with that. Watch out for people who are maybe in jealous, arrogant, or abusive energy, making reckless choices. Hopefully this is not your energy, but if it is, you have the power to change that. You also don't feel like conforming to societal norms, so if you're not up to celebrating the holidays, don't. If you feel like you don't want to be what everybody imagines you to be, then don't. Be who you truly are. Part of this is stepping into your true authentic self, your ascension process of coming into your own. The other part is you could be going towards commitment and marriage with somebody, and maybe you're not a traditional person and you don't wish to do things that way. So do it your own way and don't worry about societal approval. You do have a reason to celebrate this week, so some good news, parties, expressing yourself, yourself. Definitely some positive things to end out the week. Could be celebrating things like Christmas, New Year's, all of those things coming in, but some positive things to close out the year. All right, Virgo, let's see what we have going on for you for the next 12 months. What do we need to know? All right, Virgo, so we start out January with work. So work might be taking up a lot of your time. Practical matters might be your focus. And I feel like that's kind of a challenge for you, is that you might turn into a bit of a workaholic, maybe out of necessity right now. In February, it looks like there's a heavy burden that needs to be released. So whatever this is for you, you've carried it for a while, and it's time to finally release that. And that's your challenge for the month of February. In March, there's an unexpected love offer. I feel like this is going to be your primary focus for the month, that it's going to take you by surprise, so you won't see this coming. Either you are giving one or somebody is giving one to you, and it will catch you off guard. In the month of April, we have some communication. Lots of possibilities. This could be something from the past. It doesn't have to be, but whoever or whatever this communication is about, it comes in rather quickly. In the month of May, we have a wish fulfillment coming in. It could have to do with love for you. I feel like there's potentially quite a bit of love stuff in your reading. So there could be the possibility of new love coming in, someone from the past, maybe you're reconnecting, or this is some sort of wish fulfillment that comes in the month of May. In June, we have your future looks really bright. There's some clarity, there's some positive ways of thinking, creative breakthrough, and definitely truth or clarity being revealed in some situation. Let's see, in July, it looks like we have the possibility of engagement or marriage, halfway to marriage card, 1111 showing mirrored energy, and solid, stable foundations. So it looks like from March all the way through the summer months, actually all the way up until the end of the year, you have a lot of love stuff coming through your reading. So I feel like you could have maybe a short engagement and go right into marriage for some of you. Lots of high-level commitment cards in your reading. So I do think that that changes very quickly for you in 2024. What's that saying? If you know, you know. If you know it's your person, it's like, what's stopping you from really committing to them and being with them? So I feel like that's kind of the trajectory that you're on. I feel like you've thought about this or wanted this for quite some time. So when it's presented to you, I feel like you're not going to hesitate to kind of take that next step. All right, in the month of September, it looks like there could be a lot of thoughts of the past. It could also be hopes and fears. Maybe you're worried about things from the past coming up. Let go of that and work towards new energy. Let's see, we have in October, we have some positive changes. So the King of Wands is telling us that you need to be ambitious, driven, outspoken, follow your passions, be a natural leader. And so that might be some sort of breakthrough that's coming through for you as well. It does gain a lot of forward momentum in November. So these are some planning stages that you could be going through, a lot of positive changes for the future coming in, and it catapults quickly into a new trajectory. Travel, relocation, purchasing a vehicle, all of those are possibilities, but some forward progress. I feel like things really get starting to move from about August all the way through to the end of the year for you, that things really just pick up speed and they go very quickly. The Lovers to close out next year. So we have a decision to make. I do feel like it's about a long-standing commitment like marriage. I feel like you're really planning for the future, looking for the person that you wish to spend your life with. And if you find them, I feel like you're going to be choosing to settle down and to tie the knot. Taurus, let's see what we have for you to close out the last week of December. All right, we start with the 10 of Cups. So you could be thinking long-term marriage commitment. Maybe you've found your soul family, or definitely thinking about finding some emotional fulfillment. There also may be an ending in a long-standing relationship, or that something needs to end. You're going through a lot of changes, an evolution, a metamorphosis, and that this transition will actually help you to be where you need to be. For some of you, it could be a job change. You might have lost a job. You might be going through a period of recovery in your finances. You could also be blocking somebody, leaving them out in the cold, or you're in isolation, not wanting to deal with something. Taurus energy with the Hierophant. This is part of your spiritual growth and ascension. This is also a card of marriage, so that tells me that you might really be thinking about long-term marriage, commitment, all of those things, and that you might also be a little bit fearful or hesitant to do so. I feel like this is self-imposed and that the restriction, you have the ability to change. Don't give up on your well-deserved rewards or investments just yet. I feel like you're frustrated with work and money, but that things will slowly start to improve, but it may take some time. If you know that there's no chance of things improving, it may be time to cut your losses and try something new. And that brings in some celebrations. So whether it's holidays, gatherings with friends or family, some celebrating of good news is actually coming to close out the year. All right, Taurus, your year ahead. Let's see what we have for the next 12 months coming for you. All right, Taurus, let's see. What do we start January with? It looks like a fresh start, a new beginning. Aces are always brand new energy, a creative pursuit, something where maybe you get to follow your passions, and definitely a passionate new encounter is not out of the question with that. It's creative energy, it's passionate energy, and it's a lot of good luck and good fortune. The Hierophant, Taurus energy in February, it looks like you are either challenged to find your spirituality, or you are challenged to grow spiritually, or that you are challenged to maybe enter into a commitment like marriage in the future. In March, it looks like you have a lot of good luck and good fortune that's owed to you. So this is your destiny, that good luck and good fortune, more money coming in. In April, we have the possibility of new love. So if you're not already in a commitment by that point, it looks like there could be some new romance coming for you in April. In May, you are being challenged to let go of a heavy burden. Could be something from the past that you're trying to finally release and let go of. And that ushers in another new opportunity for love. So you might be dating a lot. Maybe you're not ready to settle down. For some of you, maybe you're looking for that person to settle down with, but some new opportunities coming in. One of those is going to help you to secure the balance. So dip your toe in the water, be willing to be open to change and new opportunities. Again, two Knight of Cups coming in, and the Ace of Cups tells me that I feel like you do have new love potentially coming in. You also have the Ace of Cups at two different times. So you might finally be dating or looking for the one to settle down with, either way that it resonates for you. You also have the Hierophant and the Ten of Cups out here. So this tells us that you're looking for that emotionally fulfilling connection. You don't want to just settle for anyone. You want the one in order to settle down. We have the Lovers. So this is a choice about needing to decide whether you're going to stay single, whether you're going to be committed, whether you're in a relationship that's working or not working. A choice must be made, and this person wants you to choose them. You may have a new opportunity that presents itself as well in November, so choose carefully. I feel like if you want emotional fulfillment, don't settle for less than that. If you're looking for marriage and commitment, don't settle for somebody who's just playing the field. If you're really looking to create a life with somebody and this other person's not on the same page, set yourself free from that toxicity and the heavy burden and go in the direction that works best for you. You have a lot of things that are changing for the better because it's your divine destiny. And I feel like you just need to shift your perspective in December. So whether you have new stuff coming in, existing stuff that's growing, I feel like in December, you really kind of have your hopes and dreams crushed for whatever reason. So shift that perspective. Not all hope is lost in this situation. It might just be a rough patch that you're going through. Know that things can greatly improve. The rest of your month looks pretty fantastic. You have two cards in here that make me just a little bit uncomfortable for you, but one of those is letting go of toxicity and heavy burdens, and the other one is really just shifting your perspective. The rest of it is all really great stuff, especially for love and money, but mostly for love. So I feel like 2024, if you're single, is going to be your year that you might meet your forever person. Capricorn, last but not least, let's see what we have for your last week of December 2023. What do we need to know? All right, right, we start with the King of Cups in reverse. So you could be dealing with somebody who's not in the greatest of energy, somebody who's really maybe kind of imbalanced, somebody who's maybe prone to violence, somebody who's kind of a control freak, or dealing with a lot of anxiety. So be careful with that energy. It could also be your energy that you're dealing with. You need to find some balance. So however you restore that, whether it's eliminating things in your life that don't work, whether it's a positive influence in your life that helps you to find the balance and harmony, or whether there's some sort of reconciliation that kind of changes things for the better. I feel like you need some time alone. You might need to meditate, ground your energy, do some shadow work, or withdraw from all the conflict and chaos and discover some new things about yourself this week. Where is your sense of adventure? Are you having fun in life? Are you enjoying things? Are you trying new things? Or are you just kind of stuck in a rut? Because I feel like that needs to change. So you're going through a metamorphosis, a transformative phase in your life. Know that if you close one door, a new one will present itself, but the change is necessary to get there. And then we have a new opportunity for work and finances, a blessing from above, new business opportunities, more money coming. It is literally a gift from source. So definitely investigate all new offers. It could lead to a whole new world. You're closing out old chapters. You might be thinking of traveling. You're literally going to have the world at your fingertips. And as we close out 2023 and we walk into 2024, I feel like a lot of these cycles are changing so that we can get to a new level of success, accomplishments, achievements, triumphing over some of these difficulties that we've faced, and really welcoming in a positive new beginning. All right, Capricorn, let's see what we've got going on for you for 2024. Let's see what your energy is. So we start out January with the possibility of love and commitment, emotional fulfillment. So I feel like this is what you're looking for. If you aren't in a marriage or a committed relationship, I feel like that could be changing as far as January goes. So that might be your energy. Your challenge could be to let go of some sort of conflict, a disagreement, a falling out with somebody, confusion, and this is your challenge to let go of that in the month of February. So you may have had a falling out with somebody. There might be a lot of arguments, could be a lot of just back and forth. We want to let go of that. In March, it looks like the focus could be on the past. So reminiscing, maybe rekindling something from the past, a relationship could resurface, but we want to be careful we're not repeating old cycles. So don't get stuck living in the past. I feel like you really do need to strive to go forward in a new direction. And if there is someone from the past that comes back, you have to make a decision whether you want to go backwards or forwards. All right, in April, we have the Seven of Pentacles. So frustrations around work or money could be resurfacing. This is also a possibility that things that you've invested a lot of time and energy in maybe aren't going according to plan. So evaluate whether it's time to throw in the towel prematurely or whether you're going to stick it out and see where things go just a little while longer. All right, in May, we need to be very careful that we are open to possibilities that we're not getting scammed. So watch out for the company that you keep. I feel like there could be liars, cheaters, thieves, manipulators, deceitful people around you. So that is a possibility. Be very cautious with what you're getting involved with and who. In the month of June, we have your future looks very bright. You have the 10 of Cups, you have the Sun card, let's see, and the Two of Cups coming up for you. So marriage is definitely something on your mind. I feel like you could be thinking about maybe who this is, when it's going to happen. It's a fresh start and a new beginning coming for you starting this summer. The fruits of your labor start to pay off over the summer as well. I feel like this is your power is maybe either earning money or really working hard towards your goals. And it's almost like you get to kind of sit back and really enjoy those things. So if you've put in a lot of time and effort and energy, something pays off around the summertime. So about July that you finally get to enjoy the sweeter things in life. So that's really good. In August, we have the Two of Cups. So I do feel like your environment is changing changing. I feel like some of you are actually going to be tying the knot, settling down, whether it's marriage, whether it's a long-standing relationship, but that this is something that's changing in your environment for the better. All right, so talking about changes, your hopes and fears in September is the Tower. Know that the changes are necessary. They might hurt a little bit, they might stink a little bit, but this is important to get you to the next level. So you have to go through these changes no matter how uncomfortable that they are. So embrace the change and go with the flow. Let's see, in October, we have the possibility that we might have a job loss or that we are going through a period of recovery from financial issues and that things are starting to improve. So make positive choices to go forward. You may also be blocking some people, leaving them out in the cold to get your new start and your fresh beginning. So know that you can leave those things behind. In November, it's going to require strength. That's going to be your theme. So start planning for the future. Start thinking about what you want your next 12 months to look like, and it will require courage, conviction, and determination to get there. In December, you are going to have a lot of opportunities coming in. This could be in love. Make sure that you know who and what you're getting involved with. Remember, there could be some deceitful people or illusions, so be careful who you get involved with. And remember, everything that glitters isn't gold. Choose wisely. Make sure that you are getting involved with people that you trust, that you know, and that you aren't getting deceived by somebody. That could be very important. That's what I have for your weeklies, as well as your year ahead predictions. It's crazy to think that we're already at the end of 2023. I feel like the last probably 4 months have really just kind of flown on by. So I may be restructuring the channel a little bit in the new year. I might start doing some lives over here. It just depends on if I have the time available. So I will see you guys in the new year. Have a great holiday, be safe out there, and welcome in the new changes with the new year. Remember that it's going to be an 8-year, so it's full of a lot of promise of abundance. So positive changes coming for our finances, and we could all use that. Have a great rest of your week. Happy New Year's to you.